Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7:45 on whatever day in May. Oh, yes. May the 4th be with you. I forgot about that already. But I do not feel like making a video. But when I started, or before I started, I wanted to try to, as best as I could, chronicle my Suboxone detox. And so far, I don't think I've really alluded to that in my titles, which is that could be, I don't know. I'm not, obviously not, still not quite thinking all the way clear, but it's coming. I am feeling, I'm, I'm feeling better. I'm still using supplements, but nothing illegal. Um, just ones for anxiety, which has been kind of few and far between. The main one I've done has been the kratom, and I've even tried to keep that to a minimum. And for what all I can tell you is what has worked for me, or what is working for me. That's all I can put out there. I'm not a medical expert. I am a nobody. I have a phone and I keep service on it, and I can make videos. So that's the extent of, but if I can help just one person, then to me it's worth it. Because, in actuality, I'd be helping two people, because I believe that this is helping me. Like I said in the beginning, that I found it very soothing when I was forced into a detox situation when I got locked up in the past, many, 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 many years ago. Many years ago, we're way past that. But anyway, one of the things that helped out a lot, granted, you don't have much when you're in jail, and your brain, to an extent, is forced into acceptance and some sort of just generally just an acceptance. You know that you're not gonna get a fix until whatever you're going through is sorted out. You'll find yourself daydreaming about it a lot, but you know that there's nothing you can do about it. So I think your brain, I mean, it's like, it's beyond apparent when you're, to anyone that has never been locked up. It's exactly like you would think it would be, I guess. All the depictions of it they show on TV, and much worse than what they show on TV, obviously. But when you're in it, there is no doubt that you are in it. I mean, you are constantly reminded of where you are and what you are, even while you're sleeping. Um, I did have, I don't know, you don't always dream about being locked up. When you first get in there, you don't. Um, Probably for the first couple of months, you don't really. Shit, for that first month, you probably don't dream at all, just because your sleep is so erratic, and jail is no place to recover. That is not, that institution was not created to rehabilitate people. Mistake number one, among many, many others, but I'm going to try and stay away from that to reach as many people as I can. Maybe in the future I'll, get onto, I have accounts on other platforms, but I don't know if it's, I kind of live in a valley, and I refuse to have any kind of Wi-Fi or anything in my home, It's bad enough that my bedroom is right beside the effing smart meter outside. I can't stand that. So that's one reason I sleep in the living room a lot, just for that reason, because that kind of terrifies me, because I know that we are electrical beings. That is settled science. Look up. I'm getting off topic. I'll I'll leave that up to. But that is that I find that therapeutic also. As bad as you feel, your brain will ultimately. Your body is not going to like it. Your body is going to hate it. You're going to have aches you never thought you had or never thought you could have. And your body's going to go through hell for that, at least that first week. Because I'm just now outside of a week of taking any Suboxone, but the half-life on that, I don't know if I could. I don't know. From all the research that me and I'll say teammates have done, show that that medication is so strong that it will remain in your body active for up to a month. So they did not design that. I'm not going to go there either. They like to say that we misuse it while they misuse it for a profit. And I don't know. I'll stay off of that. I'll try and stay on topic on what is helping me, and it's only, I guess, respites of clarity. It's only I'm trying to not trade one for another. That's not my goal here. That's I believe I've said this before, but the whole reason that I got on Suboxone to begin with was there was a few reasons attached to it, but the main reason was structure. It was cheaper. At the time, I believe it was cheaper because I had gotten to a point where I think that happens with every drug, and I believe I've said that before. But with the kratom, you can start out, you read the bag or you read the pill bottle or you read whatever you bought, and it tells you back in the day, the bags used to come with a little scoop in it, a little 1 gram scoop. And the bag would tell you, what was a dose, I guess. And I think it was like 2 to 3 grams. Or, 2 to 3 little spoonfuls. And that was it. So in the beginning, that's all I did. I mean, it's a green powder. It's like if you'd have thrown, some dry grass in a Ninja blender and turn that shit on, and then you're going to eat the product. It's super dry. It tastes horrendous. I forgot how bad it tasted. But for people who've taken it, absolutely understand that in the beginning, you wouldn't have bought it were you not looking, because you were sold on it. You saw it, you asked about it, or you heard about it from friends, whatever, and everybody you talked to said, "Oh yes, it's very effective." I'm in this store right now picking some up, and you're in a store that sells 99% of other shit. They just happen to have that. But you're talking to the cashier, and the group of young men on the other side of the counter say that's what they're there to pick up. So, okay. And they're selling it, in the mall. It was in the mall in Ames, Iowa. Ames, Iowa. It was in the mall and it wasn't necessarily, I guess it was a head shop per se. Yeah, really, because they sold glass pipes and all that stuff too. So really, it was a head shop. Okay, but they had this kratom stuff. It was in. They had 4 glass, like most of them do, which I haven't been to the mall in so long. If they ever come back, I mean, look at that. That's an entire memory bank for a lot of us, and we'll probably never see the inside of one again. Or if we do, it'll be unrecognizable. It's not going to be what it was when we were young, the hustle and bustle, and we complained about it, but there is something magical in the air when people are in a generally good mood, and they have, love on the brain and on the heart when they're out shopping for Christmas or any big holiday like that. But especially Christmas, you have all the decorations, people are out, and individually, the person is out looking for the perfect gift for their loved one, whether it be mother or daughter or aunt or person they work with or brother, sister, whatever. Everybody has love in their heart. Even if you have, if you're a little Scrooge-ish because you're surrounded by hundreds of people or whatever's, especially if you did the whole Black Friday thing, which we've been so corralled, and I cannot think of a better word. We've been so corralled, but our enclosure is so big that we can't see the bars. And they got us. And I might make videos in the future. I said it in the groups of videos that I made before I started deleting what I had made, because I was getting some like funny ass weird comments on my videos. For one, I would post them when I was on Facebook. I think I was just rubbing people the wrong way a lot in the very beginning, because in the very beginning, people thought it was temporary. It's only temporary. If you just follow the rules temporarily, we can all get through this. But some of us knew better, and we knew what was coming. Didn't matter if we, did what we were asked to do in the beginning. They were never gonna, keep their promise. Okay, but staying on topic, the corralling of that's demeaning. Personally, I think it's demeaning to say the civilized world, because that's subjective, isn't it? Is that not up to the individual to determine what they believe is civil? I mean, you wouldn't. Why is I don't pick any of them, but say, your Alaskan indigenous people who have done the same thing for hundreds and hundreds of years, that at least the immediate people that are alive know about. Okay, so it's not like it's being put on or anything, but that's just their way of life. That's just what they know, that's what they have to do to survive. It's the same thing. It blows me away. Me and my girlfriend a couple years ago went to the and I'd always wanted to go, or always a little bit intrigued about it. Never really believed it, didn't buy it. I definitely didn't buy into it, so that's probably why I never went. But when me and my girlfriend were looking for places to go in St. Augustine, which is a beautiful city, by the way, absolutely beautiful. I love that city. I don't know, if the history they tell us about it is correct, but it is absolutely stunning. And the people that were involved in some of the things that were created in that city is just phenomenal. What our ancestors, we don't give credit where credit is due, and we should. How can you? I don't know. That one I'm still kind of torn on, because from what I gather, Eastern philosophy tells us, um, oh shit, what was I gonna say? Son of a, oh yeah, about the past and present and future. They believe that, their time is obviously a construct of man. We created that. Nature, it has its cycles, but there is no set, every day at this, three, whatever, the birds poop at the same time every day, or every day around this time of day acorns fall off of, it doesn't work like that. It works in cycles, and everything is individualistic but also the same. Is, oh wait, how does it go? Oh shit! Now I can't remember. I was gonna make a quote from a Cheech and Chong movie that I used to love, and I used to quote that shit all the time. That's how they got us for years. Even I had a best friend. I still do. We don't really do it anymore. It's kind of lost its luster, but we had gotten like really good at using famous movie lines in our everyday life. Somebody would say something and we would follow it up with a movie line that actually fit, and it was funny. So we did that shit all the time, and it was probably annoying as fuck, but people liked it. It was funny, so we did it. And even after him, when I got my ex-wife, actually when it just got locked up, the whole reason that this shit's going on right now, but me and her picked up and did the same thing. We watched movies all the time. That's what we were conditioned to do. When we went to the grocery store to get food and stopped by the dollar store on the way home, we picked up a $5 movie out of the bin to watch that night, and that was our routine. That's what we did. That was normal, and we can't really be faulted. I mean, we can and we can't. Every individual man and woman has got to take responsibility for their own life, actions, beliefs, values, work ethic, just all of it. You can't have, I don't want to get too far. I was going to say something about time. Eastern philosophy believes that, like, the whole premise of Back to the Future makes absolutely no sense, because they're punching in man-made numbers into a man-made machine, and it's supposed to take them back to this exact point in time, that we, historically documented. Oh, yep, they, to them it makes no sense. The Eastern philosophy is like, well, everything is a happening. Everything is vibrating. Everything put under a micron, or a super high powered telescope or microscope. Sleep has really, or lack thereof, I'll put it that way, that has gotten better. Sleep has gotten better, or my circadian rhythm has gotten better. I'm getting better at getting more of my awake hours during the day and more of my sleep hours at night. For that first week, you're not going to be able to regulate that. I have a glare. I have no production value. I just have, I don't know, this is my therapy. This is my free therapy. If it helps someone else, then hoorah, That's what this world is all about. We had this shit licked a long time ago. But I believe events have happened in our past that has been hidden from us. But that's definitely for future videos on other platforms as soon as I can figure out how to load my shit. Which is going to happen one day. I'm just extremely frustrated with it right now and don't want anything to do with it. So I haven't. And I'm not going to. I'm trying to, and I've had to, but it's kind of an ipso facto thing. You don't want to, if you're thinking about removing yourself or removing a toxin from your life, you cannot lump everything together. That's too much. You have made the mountain that much bigger, and the mountain will not be defeated that way. We can't jump the mountain in a single bound, no matter how hard we try. Not, at least not without some other device that we don't know about, which I'm sure they exist, and I think people that are researching the ibogaine and the ayahuasca, and there's psilocybin, there's MDMA, multiple, and most of those medications look at how they're classified. It should tell you everything. They're so bad that we can't study them, but you guys have studied everything else. You guys are growing ears on the back of rats. You've been doing that since I was in high school. Probably before I was in high school. But we can't, these drugs are too taboo. They're that bad. Really? That tells me that they probably hold some value. I'm just going to say. But I think that comes with, that's what I look forward to the most. That I think that's where you do, when you start. And it's few and far between, and that's why the kratom is a slippery slope, but I have a plan for that too. But your moments of clarity, those are priceless, and you will laugh your fucking ass off when you make some of these connections that you just simply didn't see before. They were not, you either didn't pay attention to them or they weren't there. No, you didn't notice. You simply didn't notice. And that's the connection that you ultimately make, is something that's been under your nose the entire time and you simply didn't notice. And that's good and bad. The good is really good. The good is, I think, the motivation to keep going. And really the bad isn't really bad, especially if, and that's something that I've started to do, is listen to more of the Alan Watts, the Ram Dass, just some of the old school yogis, the Anjanas Vonderplanet, very, very smart, hell even, and I don't want to, I know he's intelligent, but I'm not saying that, but the man, he knows a lot of things, and he has seen a lot of things in his life just by his career choice. The man knows a lot about what's going on that the general public does not know, and I'll give him a shout out. And in the beginning, it's funny because during his career, I didn't like him. Did not like him. Wanted to, tried to, but there was always something that was just abrasive about it. But Russell Brand, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's the British actor. I think he still has longer hair, dark hair. He was a skinny guy back in the day. Did Get Him to the Greek. I forget some of the other things he was in, but he was in a lot of stuff, and they were popular. I've seen quite a few of them. But he's on to, some of these big questions, but he was given a platform, and they don't come free. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. And I would say that you've got to do that with everything, but alt tech right now, the ones that are gaining traction, there's a lot of information that someone is letting out. And I could see how it could be faked, but if that's where our technology is at this point, that kind of like archived, rustic, and we know what that looks like, the VHS era humans, and before that, we know what vintage looks like. It's easy to spot, and it's not easy to fake. Okay? So when I see it, if it is the case that is fake for whatever reason, for their narrative that, oh no, that's just an internet fake, whatever, then we're done for. You might as well go out and have the time of your life, because the shit's about to hit the fan. But don't do that. Don't worry about your inner self first. That's what I just got a muscle pull in my back. The morning sun. I just got in from cutting the grass, not all of it. I have a fairly big yard, and I didn't think I had enough gas to cut all of it, so I cut my important parts in the front and in the back. So, but that was for the past week. There is no effing way. I mean, I still have a pile of dishes, and it, for those who don't understand, I don't know, that seems important for some reason, and I don't know why it feels important to convey justly what it is that we go through dealing with addiction. And before I go, I want to make a parallel, and I want some opinions on it, because when you think about it critically, it's not at all as it seems. And what is acceptance is a word that is kind of misused these days. I'll put it that way. Extremely. There's a lot of words that's being misused right now. A lot. But I won't get into that. But the being outside, I did it in my bare feet, no shoes. That was the one thing while I was cutting grass. I'm glad I thought about that. While I was cutting grass in my bare feet, and I did that consciously, because we have, in its most literal sense, lost our connection with Mother Earth. Humans don't willy-nilly name things for no reason, unless people of antiquity are extremely arrogant and egotistical maniacs that they name months and shit like that after themselves. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe we are in a low vibration time period in our life right now. And that is kind of sad that I'm trying to, I want to be the best me that I can be right now because I want my son, and that's, one of the only things I care about right now is my health and his health. That's it. That's all, I was here to do. And the thought that even reaching as high as I can get here is the lowest in man's cycle. And that just hurts my heart. But it's emotions is another thing that will be a little off kilter. But you got to run with it. You cannot stop nature, stop swimming upstream. And that's what we've been doing the whole time, but we were told that we were on the slip and slide. We were told that we were on the lazy river in an inner tube, sunning our fat selves with Cokes and fucking, Big Macs and shit like that. But, look at the truth behind it. Science can be bought and paid for. Truth cannot. And that's where we find ourselves. But the morning sun, the supplements so far, oh yeah, that was one other thing that I was going to say that I have some, and I ordered more. It's not here yet. Should be here. I got an email, I think, last night or yesterday saying it had shipped. But I don't know where it comes from, so could be, I don't know. I have no idea. I think I have Amazon Prime with my girlfriend, but I don't know. I think so. I'm attached to her somehow. I don't know. I think so. So it could be here today. But it's OP Cure. It's a supplement that is specifically designed. I don't have the bottle in here with me. Nope, it's in the bedroom. But it is specifically designed for opiate withdrawals. And since Suboxone is supposed to be a partial agonist, I think, where the kratom is probably a full agonist, I think the Opicure is going to have a higher success on the on the kratom, not the Suboxone. So I think just getting that, and that's something else, you'll know that your body is getting rid of toxins. It's undeniable. I'm going to put that out there. You'll know. But you'll also know that is progress. Your strife and your pain and your sleepless nights and your aching days, that was one of my main questions in the beginning, and I'm still going through it. And unless I do take kratom to get some of my chores done, go to the grocery store or the gas station, or continue with life, go get vape juice, whatever the case may be, Mary Jane, life goes on. You got to do what you got to do. That has been helpful. I wish I could eat more of it or cook with it more, but it is such a process that just like you will quickly find out what is necessary for daily life. You will 100% realize what is important for daily life. But you can't let it back up. So, the kratom is going to help, and I'm hoping, and I think so, because I took it. The first couple of days that I didn't have any of my Suboxone medication, I was using both the kratom and I was using them like one or two times I used them at the same time, and I felt great. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just wasting product here. I'm wasting my tools here. Well, how can we do this better? Because this can't go on forever. So I've come up with a short-term plan, and I think those are very necessary. Use the kratom as a tool to help my body and my mind, along with the detox of the toxins. And once I hit that 30-day mark, roughly 30-day mark from my last dose, I'm done with the kratom, and I'm switching to the Opicure. And I'll probably take that for about a month. And then after that month, I might try to taper off of that. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go yet. That could be a process, but at that time I should be back to work. It was that effective. So hopefully that works. But fresh air, my feet on the ground was a big help. The walking, I think the meditative state we find ourselves in when we're performing the mundane task is also necessary in rewiring our brains. So that is helpful. It's the little things that, shouldn't be effective but are. So just because you didn't get anything accomplished today does not mean that progress was not made. So it's been almost 40 minutes. I didn't even want to make a long one. If I babbled, I'm sorry. But like I said, it's therapy for me. So it is what it is. I can't live stream or anything. I don't have enough viewers for that. I don't know what I have a couple other things that I've been absolutely dreading here at the house that need to be done. So that's probably what I'm going to do after that. I don't know. I want to go to the beach just for its cleansing effect. I have felt it. I have not felt it since I've started my journey. But I know that my oil needs to be changed before I go driving an hour to and from the beach. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go out and try and get that done today. So maybe there will be an update later. I don't know. In any case, namaste. Namaste on the couch. Nah, I can't today. I can't. I've got too much stuff to do. But I got nothing but love for my civvies. And that's what that's how I'm going to start. It's either civvies or Maquis. It's one or the other. So, but I don't want to use, I could though, because I'm not, some of you will understand what I'm talking about, some of you won't. And that's okay. You will. And then, that's something that ever since I was young, I don't remember how young, I think I was in my teens, somewhere in my teens. But I've always known that no matter how much, or no matter how exhaustive research you put into something, you are not going to acquire knowledge until you are supposed to acquire knowledge. So don't give up. Don't give up. Even though you might be looking for it. And that's some of the, brilliant people that I'm starting to watch, get into their research are saying, stop looking for it. Just stop looking for it. Stop beating yourself up. Stop. Get that knot of stress out of you and just throw that shit away. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Why is it popular? Look at what is mainstream and look at what is popular. We all have our own cross to bear. Which in a way we do, but that's nothing that should be dwelt upon. That's like saying, oh, you got to eat today. Oh man, what are you going to do? How are you going to fix that? That's how we got to start looking at things. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. Definitely one love. It's all love from over here. It's been hell, but it's getting better. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up. And thank you. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. Don't. You're probably going to see me on another platform as soon as my dumbass can figure it out.